Using OneNote for an assignment to be read aloud. A tutorial for Office 365.
The easiest way for me to be able to share my OneNote with a student is if I'm able to share an online OneNote. For that reason, I'm going to be creating my OneNote in Office 365's OneNote. To begin, I am in my OneDrive, and then I'm going to go to New, and then OneNote Notebook. I would suggest naming the OneNote Notebook the name of your assessment that you are giving the student. After you press Create, it'll open up a blank OneNote. This is automatically going to save as you go inside of your OneDrive. You can title the different sections, like this untitled section here, and these untitled pages, the name of your assessment if you wish. I'm going to put my cursor into the beginning of the actual page and go to Insert. I'm going to insert a file printout, and I'm going to choose my file. The file that I am using here today is a file from a release start test for 3rd grade. And I'm pressing insert. If you insert a file in OneNote on the desktop version of OneNote, it will not appear online for whatever reason. So if you want to make sure that you are sharing with students as they're online, you'll want to make sure you are inserting your file online. That seems to be the only way to make it where students are going to be able to read it. In order to put my audio next to my text, I'm going to select the tab that says Insert and press Record Audio. As soon as I press that, that will start creating an audio file. So what I want to do before I press that is I want to select a text box that will accompany the area I want the text box to be in, what it's being read with. So I'm just going to click out here to create a text box. And then as I press Record Audio, read the selection and choose the best answer to each question. Of course, I would be reading a lot more than just the directions right there, but you get the idea. It immediately begins to record you as you press the record button. Next to each question, I would want to put an audio file. And I can simply now just press record. Number 1, which statement best describes the main theme of the story? A, it is good to share the things you have with others. B, it is important to smile even when you are not happy. C, it is often possible to overcome your fears. D, it is helpful for people to work together. As I press stop, you'll notice that it is finalizing that audio recording. Once that's finalized, the record button will go back to red and I can begin recording again. This way, a student can hear the questions over and over as many times as they might need. So now that that audio recording is finalized, my red record button will come back soon. The more I'm talking, the longer it will take for it to finalize. In order to share the OneNote, press the Share button in the upper right-hand corner. And then for students, usually the best way to share is with a link. So there's really 2 options here. One is you can share a link. The other is you can share it as a QR code. To access the QR code, you just press the little thing right here that kind of looks like it's in a little cell phone. And automatically the QR code will open up. To share it as a link, you'll be selecting the link. This is an editable link. So then the editable link will make it where a student could go in and accidentally delete something. So unless you need it to be an editable link, so that way students can click then edit in OneNote and then get it on the desktop version of OneNote, you should probably do a view only link. So I go share, get link, and I go view link. I'll then select this URL, and it's a very long URL, and so I'm just going to copy it And I'm going to go over to here and I'm going to just search URL shortener. There's a couple different options. Bitly's one of my favorites, but there's also the Google one. I'm just now pasting the URL. I'm pressing shorten URL. That now becomes the shortened URL. If I press this icon, it automatically copies it. Then you can do one of a couple things. One thing you could do is you could go write that down on the assessment to get typed in. Or you could go ahead and make that a link if you're using something like Schoology or Edmodo or some other way of communicating to students links. And then when they click on it, this is what they're going to see. Because I am the owner of it, I get to see a little bit more. But this is what they're going to be able to see. They're going to be able to select the audio file, listen to the audio file, read along with the audio file, click the audio file multiple times, and that is going to get you where students who have accommodations that involve having oral administrations of assessments are able to have their accommodations.